Most people don't realize that the brain is actually the hungriest organ in the entire body. It consumes about 20% of your energy, even when you're sitting still. And here's the fascinating part: the brain doesn't really like running on glucose all the time. When you're constantly feeding yourself carbs and sugar, yes, your brain gets energy, but it's like using cheap fuel that leaves behind residue. That's why you feel foggy, tired, and in need of another cup of coffee just to stay awake. But the moment you fast, something incredible happens. Your body begins producing ketones. These ketones are not just an alternative fuel, they're a superior fuel. They burn clean, they're stable, and they cross into the brain effortlessly. People describe it as a switch flipping on suddenly. Your thoughts become sharper, your focus locks in, and even your mood feels lighter. It's almost like someone wiped the smudges off the window of your mind, and now everything looks clearer. This is why so many people, even after just a few days of intermittent fasting, notice they're more productive, more creative, and more emotionally stable. The brain thrives on ketones, and fasting is the doorway that unlocks this hidden potential. Now, something else starts to happen when you fast that most people never think about. It's the way inflammation drops almost instantly. Think about it. Every time you eat, especially if it's loaded with refined carbs or hidden sugars, you trigger a small inflammatory response. It's subtle, so you don't notice it right away, but over time it builds up into joint pain, stiffness, bloating, skin breakouts, even brain fog. It's like a constant fire burning inside your body. But when you fast, you take away the biggest trigger. Suddenly, your digestive system gets a break, your insulin levels calm down, and those inflammatory markers that were running high begin to fall. People who have been struggling with aching knees or swollen fingers are shocked at how much lighter they feel after a period of fasting. Their skin clears, their energy feels smoother, even their mood improves because inflammation is directly linked to stress and depression. It's almost as if your body has been waiting for this pause so it can finally put out the fire that's been raging for years. But the real magic of fasting goes even deeper, down to the very core of your cells. When you give your body a break from food, it shifts into a powerful state called autophagy. Now, most people have never even heard of this process, but it's like your body's built-in recycling system. Imagine all the damaged proteins, the broken mitochondria, the old, worn-out cell parts that have been sitting around clogging up your system. Fasting tells your body, all right, it's time to clean house. Those defective pieces get broken down and repurposed into new building blocks, almost like taking apart a crumbling structure and using the materials to build something stronger and better. And here's what makes it so exciting. This process doesn't just keep your cells younger, it lowers your risk of major diseases linked to cellular damage. People notice their skin starts to look healthier, their energy rises, and they feel renewed, almost as if their body has hit the reset button. Autophagy is your body's hidden repair shop, and the only way to activate it is to stop eating long enough for the system to switch on. And as your body is repairing and recycling on the inside, something else remarkable is happening in the background. Your growth hormone levels are climbing higher than you probably thought possible. Now, breaks to most people: RECH, GOVARGE, your growth, HORMONE as SOMETH, ING, only KIDS or NRSI teenagers have, but the truth is, it's active your whole life, and it's one of the most powerful anti-aging hormones you've got. When you fast, studies show growth hormone can spike by 300, 400, even 500%. What does that mean for you? It means your body becomes incredibly efficient at burning fat, while at the same time protecting your lean muscle. It means faster recovery, stronger bones, healthier skin, and a metabolism that works with you instead of against you. Think of growth hormone as your body's youth, preserving signal, telling your system to regenerate, repair, and keep you vital. And the best part is you don't have to buy it, you don't have to inject it, your body makes it naturally, but only if you create the right conditions. And intermittent fasting is one of the most powerful switches to turn that process on, and perhaps one of the most surprising shifts people notice with fasting is how their relationship with food completely changes. Normally, your hunger is controlled by two hormones, ghrelin, which makes you feel hungry, and leptin, which tells you when you're full. But when you eat every few hours, especially sugar or processed foods, those hormones get out of balance, and suddenly you're craving snacks all the time, even when your body doesn't need energy. It feels like you're being pulled by food instead of being in control of it, but when you fast, those hormones start to reset. Ghrelin begins to quiet down, leptin becomes more accurate, and you start to feel real hunger only when your body actually requires fuel. Imagine what that feels like to no longer be driven by cravings, to walk past junk food and not even think twice, to eat because you choose to, not because your hormones are screaming at you. That's freedom, and it's one of the hidden benefits people never expect when they start intermittent fasting. And right along with that freedom from cravings comes another powerful shift that almost rewires how your body handles fuel. Your insulin sensitivity begins to improve. Most people don't realize that insulin is like the key that unlocks your cells to let sugar in. But when you constantly snack, constantly eat, especially carbs, your body is drowning in insulin all day long. Over time, the cells stop responding, and that's what we call insulin resistance. It's the root cause behind stubborn belly fat, fatigue, prediabetes, and even serious metabolic diseases. But here's the breakthrough. When you fast, you lower insulin naturally because there's no food coming in to spike it. Suddenly, your cells become sensitive again, the locks on the doors start to work, and sugar can finally be handled the way it's supposed to. People are amazed that their blood sugar levels stabilize, their fat starts to melt, and their energy becomes steady instead of spiking and crashing. It's like finally fixing the control panel of your metabolism that's been malfunctioning for years. Fasting gives your body the chance to reset this critical system, and the results are life-changing. And this is where fasting surprises almost everyone, because instead of draining your energy the way people assume it would, it actually does the complete opposite. It gives you more. When you're stuck in the sugar burning mode, your energy is like a roller coaster. You eat, your blood sugar spikes, you feel a quick burst, then insulin drives it down, and suddenly you crash. That's why so many people need a mid-morning snack, an afternoon coffee, or some late-night sugar hit just to stay awake. But once you start fasting, your body learns to switch fuel sources. Instead of relying on that unstable stream of glucose, you begin burning fat, and fat is the most concentrated and steady form of energy you have. Think about it, most people are carrying around tens of thousands of calories stored as fat, but they can't access it because they're locked into eating every few hours. Fasting finally opens that door. When your body taps into fat, your energy stops being tied to whether or not you just ate. That means no more slumps, no more sudden fatigue, no more needing to constantly snack just to keep your brain awake. It feels different, like a clean, steady flow of power that doesn't fade. People often describe it as being switched on all day long. You wake up with energy, you carry it through your work, your workouts, your family time, and you end the day without that drained worn-out feeling that used to be normal. It's as if your body finally remembered how to run the way it was designed to, on its own internal battery pack of fat reserves that never runs out. And the interesting part is, this isn't just about physical energy, it's mental and emotional energy too. When your brain is fueled by ketones and your blood sugar is stable, you don't feel those mood crashes that come from being on the blood sugar roller coaster. You're calmer, more focused, less irritable, and much more resilient to stress. That's why so many people notice that fasting not only gives them more energy for their bodies, but also more capacity to deal with the challenges of daily life. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, they feel steady, almost unshakable, and that's a kind of energy that no cup of coffee or energy drink could ever give you. And something even more remarkable happens when your body is in this fasting state. Your immune system starts working on an entirely different level. Most people don't realize how much of the immune system's energy is constantly being drained by the act of digesting food. Every time you eat, your body diverts blood flow, enzymes, and immune resources toward breaking down and managing that meal. Now, when you remove that constant demand through fasting, your immune system suddenly has the freedom to redirect its focus. Instead of being tied up with digestion, it shifts its attention to repair, defense, and deep healing. This is why people notice their allergies calm down, their skin clears, and even long-standing conditions begin to ease. Fasting stimulates stem cells in the bone marrow to regenerate parts of the immune system, almost like giving it a tune-up. Old, weak immune cells are cleared out, and new, stronger ones take their place. Imagine your immune system as an army that's been tired, sluggish, and disorganized because it's been overworked for years. Fasting calls those soldiers back, retrains them, and sends out a refreshed, sharper force ready to defend you against infections, viruses, and even precancerous cells. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Fasting lowers systemic inflammation, which frees the immune system from constantly fighting unnecessary battles. When inflammation is down, your immune system isn't distracted by false alarms anymore. It can finally focus on real threats. That's why people often report fewer colds, quicker recovery when they do get sick, and an overall resilience that feels brand new. It's not a coincidence. It's your body using the fasting window as an opportunity to strengthen its most powerful defense system. And as all of this is happening inside your body, your brain sharper, your inflammation lower, your cells recycling, your hormones shifting, your immune system renewing, there's a bigger picture unfolding that most people don't see right away. It's the way fasting actually slows down the aging process itself. Now, aging isn't just about getting older in years, it's about the wear and tear happening inside your cells. Every damaged protein that lingers, every bit of oxidative stress, every spike of insulin, every chronic inflammation adds up like scratches on a surface. Over time, those scratches accumulate into wrinkles, stiff joints, sluggish energy, and a body that feels older than it really is. But fasting flips that script. When autophagy is turned on, when inflammation drops, when growth hormone surges, your body is literally repairing the very damage that drives aging. Think of it as hitting the brakes on the aging process, or in some cases, even reversing it. People often say, I look younger, I feel younger, my skin is glowing, I don't need as much sleep as I used to. That's not imagination, it's biology. Collagen production improves, oxidative stress decreases, mitochondria are renewed, and suddenly the aging clock isn't ticking as fast. And it's not just about appearance. Longevity research shows that fasting activates survival genes, genes that help protect your DNA, make your cells more resilient, and extend lifespan. It's almost as if your body, when given this break from constant food, flips into a preservation mode, working smarter, cleaning house, and holding on to vitality for longer. And that's something no cream, no supplement, no expensive treatment can truly match, because this anti-aging effect is coming from within, built into the very design of your biology. And maybe the most powerful hidden benefit of all is the way fasting restores something called metabolic flexibility. Now, most people today are stuck in one single mode. They can only burn sugar for fuel. The moment their blood sugar dips, they get shaky, irritable, exhausted, and desperate for the next snack. That's a sign of metabolic inflexibility, and it's the reason so many people feel trapped by food. But when you practice intermittent fasting, you retrain the body to switch effortlessly between burning sugar when it's available and burning fat when it's not. This flexibility is the way your body was designed to operate for thousands of years, back when food wasn't available every few hours. Our ancestors went long periods without eating, and their bodies adapted by running on stored fat, keeping their energy stable and their minds sharp. Fasting brings you back to that natural rhythm. Instead of panicking when a meal is skipped, your body simply taps into fat stores and keeps going like nothing happened. Imagine the freedom of knowing your body can fuel itself whether or not you eat at 8 a.m., noon, or 7 p.m. No more being ruled by cravings, no more crashes, no more planning your entire day around food. And here's the beauty of it: when your metabolism becomes flexible, you not only gain steady energy, but you also lower your risk of almost every major metabolic disease. You stop storing excess fat because your body actually knows how to use it. You protect your heart, your liver, your brain, and you give yourself back the control that modern eating habits have slowly taken away. Metabolic flexibility is like having a hybrid engine. You can run on sugar when needed, you can run on fat when needed, and you never stall out. It's resilience at the deepest level, and it's one of the greatest gifts fasting can unlock. And when you look at the bigger picture, you start to realize that intermittent fasting is far more than just a diet or a weight loss tool. It's a way to reset your body, reclaim your energy, and unlock the hidden potential that's been dormant all along. From sharper focus and mental clarity to reduced inflammation, cellular repair, hormone optimization, a stronger immune system, and even slowing down aging, it's a full-scale transformation happening from the inside out. You regain control over your appetite, your metabolism, and your life. Every benefit reinforces the others, creating a ripple effect of health, vitality, and resilience. It's not a quick fix, it's a powerful strategy your body has been waiting for, a way to tap into the systems that evolution designed to protect you, energize you, and keep you thriving. The choice is simple. Give your body the break it needs, and it will repay you with energy, strength, and a renewed sense of life that most people never even imagine is possible.